Someone, veteran outdoorsman, he asked, Dan, what would you look for on a large chunk of woods that is completely flat?
When it's completely flat, elevation is huge. It might sound ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
but it can be slight elevation differences. It can be a foot difference in elevation. Whatever makes them trees turn a different type of tree. Um, so elevation is huge and transition is huge. So edge, and a lot of that edge actually is created by elevation. So you get two different kinds of plant life that hit each other, two different kinds of types of trees or whatever because of elevation. It's hard to see, but it might be like a foot higher, or you can have where different years of cutting, but or something happened, a fire, tornado, something creates
Right.
an opening, or a waterway, the edge of water. Um, so in relatively flat land, I think the very lowest elevation and the very highest elevation are two places I go to right away, and then it's the transition edges. I think in monotonous landscape that has no difference in the whole thing, if you took a square mile of exactly the same tamarack swamp, you probably couldn't get me in there no matter what, no matter how hard you tried, because you'd have to show me a picture of a 200-inch buck in there or something to get me to go in there, because hunting in that situation would be nearly impossible. And it's not a situation that a big buck would even want to be in, because he's picking his bedding spots for safety based on land features and stuff. He'd probably move someplace outside of that area. So I'm looking for those land features that create bedding, and they might be a little more subtle in that flat land, but they're still there. I can think of there's a very large tamarack swamp by me, and within that swamp, I know of several people who've gotten very gigantic bucks. And ironically, each one of those bucks in this huge, vast area, without these guys really knowing each other, came from pretty much the same spot, the same area, because that's the area that has a feature that's different. Even though it's very slight and very hard to see, that's the area that they're coming from. And now there's deer beds in that area everywhere. But every time a buck is 170, a 200 incher, a 180 incher, it comes from that same exact area. So I hope that helped them.
It's tough up
hard
there.
to explain without actually showing somebody or taking a map and just really going over it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever hunted like something real vast that's just flat like that before. I'm trying to think. Everything that's vast has always been hilly where I've hunted.